everyone, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Sandy, and today I'm going to share with you a recipe, another green bean recipe. I've got a sauteed garlic and olive oil green bean out there on YouTube, on my channel, and it is like really the big thing now, so I'm just tickled to death over it. But I want to share with you another recipe because those were made out of fresh green beans. Now I've had a few comments on that of people saying, oh, I'll never use canned green beans again. Now let me tell you something. I use and cook canned green beans all the time. I love them. I have several different recipes for them, and I'm going to share them all with you because I don't want to get a bad vibe out on you know, I don't want you thinking that you can't use canned green beans. You always have to use fresh. And I tell you, I have a fabulous, you can't go wrong if you do this recipe. Your family's going to love them. They taste like fresh green beans. But anyway, what we're making today is what Mom used to call savory green beans, or she still calls them that. She hasn't changed the name. They're still savory. But they are so simple and they're so delicious and they're just so flavorful. But what I've got today, and I'm being lazy, I've got them in the cans. I've got 2 cans of the green beans that I've drained the majority of the liquid out of, and I've got a small can of the petite diced tomatoes. And this is so good together. I don't know if you've ever had the savory green beans or eaten them, but they're so amazing. And in here I've got some onion flakes and some onion salt, and make sure it's the onion salt, not the onion powder. And I've got some bacon drippings, some bacon grease. This is about a little bit over a teaspoon of bacon grease. And then at the end, when they're done cooking, we're going to shred just a little bit of Parmesan cheese in them. Just a little tiny bit. They're not a cheesy type bean. I don't want to give you the wrong thoughts here. It's not a cheesy type bean, but the Parmesan cheese combined with these other flavors, just a little bit of that Parmesan cheese, is going to add just a little bit of extra. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know that, and these are so good, so amazing. I really want you to try these because I have nothing against canned green beans, and I also have a recipe just for regular green beans that I will share with you. Girl, don't get all behind the camera. She's like, Mother, just hush and just do this. Okay, so what I want you to do is just go ahead and throw your green beans in there. Throw them right in your little pot there. These are so good. These go great with meatloaf, anything. Put your tomatoes in there, juice and all. I want you to put every bit of your juice in there. You got to throw the can, and they're not going to taste right if you don't throw the can. Put your bacon grease in there, and your seasonings there. You don't have to really shake them up. And then we're just going to put these on the stove, and we're going to cook these until... look in here. Get in here. Get in there, girl. Look at that. Look, those are absolutely delicious. And this must be a southern thing. I don't know, but it's delicious. Then take your little bit of Parmesan cheese. Not a whole lot. Like I said, this is just going to add a little bit of extra flavor to it. These are not going to be a cheesy bean, so don't worry. It's just going to add a little bit of extra goodness to it. These are perfect for what I like to do, to be honest with you, is when I'm cooking these and, you know, I've got my dinner going. That's really not a lot. It looks like a lot, but it's not. When I've got my dinner going, I like to get these on first, give this a stir. And as I'm cooking the rest of my dinner, I like to turn these off and set them on the back of the stove and let all the flavors marry, because these are one of the things that, you know, it's even better the next day. So... I'm not saying cook it the day before, but the longer they sit, the flavors are going to have time to marry, because you've got your bacon grease and your onion salt and your onion flakes in there, and the combination of those, it's amazing. And with just that little bit of cheese. Like I said, it's not going to be a cheesy dish. It just adds, and also gives it like a more of a thickness to it. So I probably should have had a bigger spoon. These are so good. So good. And these go great with, like I said, mashed potatoes, and maybe make a meatloaf. Oh my goodness. Perfect. Look how good those are. Well, I probably could have done it a better way, couldn't I have? My mom used to make these all the time. I grew up on Southern food. You know, soup, beans, cornbread, fried taters, black-eyed peas, all that goodness. I'm just gonna pour, make sure you pour all that juice in there. Those are so good. Now, I got to have a fork. Look how pretty those are. Absolutely delicious. You're gonna love these. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite. Just because that's what I like to do. Oh, and if you're on low carb, if you're doing low carb like I am, then these are perfect. Absolutely perfect. Nobody's here, so I'm going to give me another bite. People don't like me to double dip. Look at that. Oh my God. Jesus. She's like, look, who's holding the camera? These are so good. There's a little bit left of the pot you can have. Make these so simple. You've seen what I've seen: 2 cans of beans, can of tomatoes, some bacon grease. Bacon grease goes good in everything. But make sure you try these. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you for all the beautiful comments that you continue to share with me. I love you all so very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.